in Iran is driving up the price of fuel and specifically diesel, and it's increasing in diesel much faster than gasoline. And although it may not fill up your tank, you could still pay the price. Take a look at this. Today, diesel will cost $5.16 per gallon. That's up $1.40 since the start of the war. Ed Hers is an energy fellow at the University of Houston, and he joins us now to explain the ripple effects of this diesel crisis. Ed, good morning, and thanks so much for being with us. First, just establish how crucial diesel is to the U.S. economy and what industries will be directly affected by its jump in cost.
The economy runs on diesel. Every truck, every garbage truck, every Amazon truck, and every tractor in America runs on diesel. It's going to hit everything very quickly. The wholesale price of diesel and heating oil has basically doubled since January 1.
Now, there's an interesting connection between diesel and some other fuels, because even though the U.S. isn't heavily reliant on LNG, liquefied natural gas, we are seeing diesel prices jumping and affecting Americans. We've also been reporting on this strike on an LNG field in the Gulf. So what's the connection there?
So roughly 20% of the global supply of LNG is gone because cutters shut off and the Strait of Hormuz is blocked. Lots of nations can still use diesel fuel in place of natural gas for electric generation. In fact, there are power plants in New York City that will switch to diesel or heating oil to run during the winter when natural gas supplies run low. The Northeast relies on natural gas to top off the natural gas grid, and so the New England states are going to see higher costs for diesel. They're also seeing higher costs for natural gas, but diesel has gone up disproportionately to, say, the price of gasoline across America. This is really hitting farmers very hard right now. They're also facing maybe triple the price for urea, which is nitrogen fertilizer. This is hitting our farmers at a really difficult time. They've had the impact of the trade war, China not buying as much of their crops as before, and now their costs are going up. We're going to see this at the pump for several months to go, and we're going to see it in the grocery stores.
Everything you've just laid out sounds quite ominous. So if diesel was a month ago $3.70 a gallon and today it's $5.16, how high do you expect prices to go if this disruption continues well through the weekend and into next week?
We could see diesel prices well in excess of $6.50 a gallon across America. I expect that the administration and many of the states would want to relieve the state and federal taxes. We have seen that, for example, Australia is thinking about a windfall profits tax. Historically, in the U.S., that doesn't work well. Actually, you want to have a higher price to encourage more production. The Jones Act, which the administration waived, is not going to help at all. The first foreign tankers that have been chartered came in at double the rates of the normal U.S. flag Jones Act tankers. So not much that can be done.
All right, Ed Hers with a sobering update there. We appreciate your insight. Thanks for being with us.